everybody, to the Sicilian Corner podcast. I love saying that.
Do you?
The Sicilian Corner podcast.
Excellent.
I love it.
Yep.
I do. I love it. Billy D, or
Happy
Billy
Friday.
DeRazio, as many of you know him as. I call him Billy D, the unofficial mayor of Boston Encore Casino,
Nice.
or the head administrator of everything. What is it? Everything Encore Boston, right?
Harbor. Yep.
Boston
You got
Harbor.
it. Everything
Yeah.
Encore Boston
Facebook
Harbor,
page. Tell Louis how many listeners, how many people are on board with Facebook with you.
I checked this morning. It's just about just over 12,000, 12,200
Nice.
or something.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. Nice.
We get about 100 a week.
Is that what it comes out to?
Yeah, that's what it's been averaging lately.
So you share the
for-
podcast on the page, right?
What's that?
You share the podcast on the page, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Excellent.
No, that's one thing he's always done. That's one thing
Absolutely.
he's always done. Our numbers go crazy every time he comes on the show.
Excellent.
You know, it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. Nice to be
It's
here.
always a pleasure. Not only because of your association with the Boston Encore Harbor, but as a friend and your knowledge, I respect that.
Thank
Last night I was over up at the Coliseum
Okay.
in Salem, New Hampshire.
Yep.
And you know, the biggest problem with most restaurants, Bill, I think you'll agree with me, is consistency.
Absolutely.
And Anibali Tedesco opened the Coliseum in '87.
Yeah.
In
He's
the old
been-
location, right? Back down in
Yeah,
Broadway. Yeah.
yeah. And you know something? The food.
Still going good, huh?
I had we were 6 of us last night there, and we had a table set up in the lounge area right by the electric fireplace.
Yeah.
And we were there for about, oh gosh, almost 3 hours, pretty close to 3 hours. And it was just a lot of fun. Louis, you know who came in? John Savastano
Love
and
John.
his wife Angela.
Yeah.
They came in. They're regulars. Every Thursday night at 7:00, you can set your watch. He comes in there every Thursday night.
Yep.
And we were talking.
We always get the drink shot on Facebook.
I'm sorry.
We always get the shot of his drink on Facebook.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I'm my personal Facebook account. I'm not using because I'm in protest.
They're not
I'm
letting you use it.
I'm not using it.
Yeah.
But you know what's happened, and I just want to say this on the air, because I posted so much, and because we had like 3,180 followers on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Now I'm not on there at all, and people think something happened to me,
Oh, jeez.
which they're probably right. But I just want to clarify that Mike is doing well. Mike is still here. I'm still with you, and we're having fun doing the show.
Yeah.
You know what I-
Big shout out to Sal, the bartender at
Yeah.
the Coliseum, too.
Man,
Great guy.
that kid has been there since day
The
one.
hustler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
kid.
boy, he knows everybody.
Yep.
He does.
I mean, he loves to press the flesh. Let me tell you, he's right on.
It's part of the job.
Huh?
It's part of the job being a bartender.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and plus he's very knowledgeable. I mean, he knows his stuff. He knows the newest drinks that are coming out.
Yep.
You bartend for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, back in the day.
When you say back in the day,
Like 100 years ago.
100 years ago.
Yeah. My daughter bartends now.
You're a bourbon drinker, aren't
I'm
you?
a bourbon drinker, yeah.
Bill, you got a special?
No. Water.
Really?
I'm not really a drinker, Mike.
No kidding.
Yeah, I might drink.
Not even a glass of wine?
No.
Oh, geez. Am I glad I invited you?
My
up?
wife drinks enough for both of us, so I'm all set there.
Now, you and I are having lunch today. You're not going to have a glass of vino with me?
I don't
No?
usually. no.
Okay. I think it's wonderful. You know, you don't drink. I had a milestone birthday recently.
Congratulations,
79.
Mikey. Yeah.
I can't even, it hurts to say it.
Yeah.
Jesus. But at 79 years old, and this is no BS, I've never had a beer.
That's right. I
I've
forgot
never-
that about you.
I-
See, that's what I will drink occasionally. I'll have like a Mick Ultra or something, and that's it.
Nice and cold.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
all. You know,
I've never had a beer, nor have I ever had a cigarette.
Yeah, I've never
I've
had a
never had a
cigarette.
cigarette.
Yeah.
And you know something, I can't stand the smell of beer.
Yeah.
That's the reason probably why. But I like a nice glass of wine. I like having a martini. Like last night, you know, I sat there, I nursed it all night long. I have one.
Yep.
I get the ice cubes on the side. When it melts, I pour it in, I dilute it, especially if I'm driving, because I'm very cognizant of that.
Yeah, sure.
And today, you drink one martini and you get stopped, you're probably you're pretty close to borderline.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you may function, you know, 100%, but it's also, I think, a lot has to do with your body weight.
True.
I mean, if you're skin and bone like some of these women are, they look like a pencil. The erases their hair. They're like this. There's no figure, no shape, no nothing. I mean, they have a martini, could knock them on their ass, to be honest with you.
Yep.
You know, some of them. And then others could drink you under the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that be the case. But long story short, last night was really a fun night. We had a woman come into the Coliseum, not last night, the night before. And she went up to a nibbly and she says, you're friends with Mike Lamazzo? He says, yes. He says, have you seen him lately? Well, I haven't seen him recently, but he comes in here occasionally. She says, is he okay? And this was, I'm going back to the Facebook situation. She says, he used to post these trips. He used to go here and go there. And I always liked reading him. And he says, this was the night before. Now you show up tonight. He says, there's something in the air. You know, there's something in the air. It was a good time.
What do you think about service? I had interesting experience. I was out at dinner last night up in the White Mountains, and our waitress was just the best. And she didn't do anything. It was just her whole attitude and her approach. And
she made you feel better than you walked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
The girl we had last night, her name was Jennifer, and she's been there for about 3 years or so, and extremely knowledgeable about the menu. And we just everything. Now, you were up in Loon Mountain yesterday?
Up in Lincoln, yeah.
Huh?
Up in Lincoln. Yeah.
Up in Lincoln.
Yep.
How was the driving?
It's brutal. It's the worst drive I've ever taken in my life. I drove up during the storm.
You would think in New Hampshire they would have the streets kind of, you know, the highways down a bit.
I'm on 93. It had not been plowed the whole storm. There were no plow berms or nothing. It was just, it was the most white knuckle drive I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, that.
Yep.
I had a similar occasion. We were driving down to the White Pine Inn, Kennebunkport.
Yeah. Love that place.
In my Primo, let me tell you. And they were predicting a bad snowstorm. Lucille says to me, my wife, my past wife, not my ex-wife, she says, you know, we're not going to go, are we? I says, I had booked 2 nights. You know how it's expensive.
Yeah.
And I was going to lose it. And I says, yeah, we'll go. We'll take our time. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. It must have took me 4 hours to get there.
We were the same.
And I was alone. I was in no man's land. I had no idea where the hell I was, but I made it. I got there, pulled it in. Of course, nobody showed up that night, so we're having dinner. There's 4 people in that dining room with the big window and all.
Yeah.
I mean, it was picture perfect. The next morning, the valet kid come over. He cleaned off the whole car for me. I walked out. The car's immaculate. You couldn't even tell it snowed. Wow. He had it down.
Great.
They run a first class operation.
Absolutely.
The thing I found extremely funny about it was right across the street there's a Franciscan monastery.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful piece of property.
Really?
And it runs parallel to the river all the way down to the bay. I mean, it's just gorgeous. The stations that are across, the walkways, just gorgeous. If you want directions, it said on their book, on their pamphlet, if you need directions to the Franciscan monastery, it's across the street.
Yeah.
But it's in their pamphlet.
Oh, that's
I mean, for God's sake, there's a huge sign that says Franciscan monastery. You can't miss it.
Yep.
It's directly across the street. They're going to give you direction. What the hell is that all about? You know? Hey, listen, Boston Encore. A lot of good things going on. A few things that are up in the air. Some people, there's a lot of controversy going on as to what's going on. And that's why we asked you to come in.
Sure.
as the administrator of over 12,000 people on Facebook. Jeez. I'm sure. How much time do you spend? Because you don't want people posting crazy. Somebody loses and they get ticked off,
Yeah.
and then they're going to take it out on the property. And that's the worst thing that can possibly happen.
Right.
How do you? I know you have Lori Martini. She's a lot of help to you. You have a couple of other people, right?
Yeah, Joe from Canada and Michelle from Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah.
You have one in Canada and you have one in Maryland?
Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They admin with me in my Las Vegas page, which has over 75,000 members.
You have a Vegas page too?
So we have, we have a few pages. We have everything Las Vegas. This is where Encore Boston Harbor came from.
Yep.
They asked me if I could open a group
Okay.
here.
Okay.
They asked you?
And they said, we'll help you. Because I said, no, I'm not getting involved in that,
Yeah.
because it's too close to home and whatever. And they said, no, we'll help you admin it. So that's how it all came about.
Okay. Yep.
But I also have another group called the Godfathers of Las Vegas.
Oh man.
So I have 3 groups and I'm pretty active in.
You know, you brought up Las Vegas, and I have to tip my hat to whoever the department that's in charge of marketing Las Vegas. To me,
The city?
I salute them.
Yeah.
What they have done,
Amazing.
incredible. With the competition that's out there, you would think Las Vegas would be going down, just like Atlantic City.
Right.
Atlantic City got squeezed, but they didn't reinvent themselves.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
Vegas, and I think you'll agree with
Vegas
me,
adapted.
absolutely.
it's just the opposite.
Yeah.
They keep coming up. They're bringing in sports teams. You know, you got the Super Bowl being the F1 race.
Right. That big new hotel and casino they built in downtown Circa.
Yep.
And now they just opened the Fontainebleau and
The
Resorts.
Fontainebleau
World out
opened up
there.
again.
Amazing.
And how much
And
publicity did they get from the Sphere? Just
Oh
in
my
in
God, the
last
Sphere? You
3
seen the
months,
pictures?
last 3-4 months.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it's all
pictures are
over,
amazing.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, to me, I say, hey, you know, instead of just sitting there letting things happen and everything caves in around you,
Yeah, they're proactive, big time.
proactive.
Yeah,
Holy
big time.
Chaboli.
And they reinvented themselves from a gambling center to it's more family entertainment now. And
Absolutely.
it's more
Yeah.
variety of entertainment. They totally reinvented what the scene is.
The entertainment part of it, I mean, when you and I were going as in our 20s, it was totally different. You know, now you have 5 or 6 different Cirque du Soleil shows. Me, you know, I enjoyed going to listen to entertainers that got out there and put on a hell of a show.
He's funny in our 20s, he says, right?
Yeah.
I didn't go to Vegas until I turned 50 on my 50th birthday. How's that, Mike?
That's a surprise. if you would, if we
I
would
was
have
raising kids with my wife instead. We waited till
yeah,
they were
see,
all
that was
grown
the
up and
difference.
out.
Lucille and I
That's the difference.
never had children,
Yeah, okay.
and we were in contact with someone who ran a gambling junket.
Yeah.
Remember the Dunes Hotel?
yeah.
Oh, you do. Okay. The Dunes Hotel.
Doesn't mean my parents didn't go. They're kind of your age. So.
Oh, ouch.
Only kidding.
That's a slam.
I'm only
That's a
kidding.
slam. But so we were like, you know, second year married. So, you know, I got married when I was 20. So I was 22 the first time I went. And I was completely smitten, even then, by Vegas. I just loved it.
How successful were you in that first trip, gambling wise?
I was on a gambling junket.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to. Basically, what was said to me was, listen, you can come anytime you want, as often as you want. But he says, all I ask you to do is go to the cage, take $5,000, hold on to it, and pay it back before you leave.
Yeah.
He says, I don't care if you don't play, just be seen by the tables. And we would go to a show like Dean Martin. You remember Dean Martin?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Everybody loves somebody sometime. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one
That's
guy
amore.
I would love to have had dinner with.
Oh,
I loved him.
he was my favorite.
Anyway, long story short, say we went to a show. It's like 1:30. You're coming back to the hotel. I would go by the crap table, stand around the crap table. I'd put a couple of bets in on pass or don't pass. I usually look for the quietest table in the place. Meant they were all losing.
Yeah.
So I would go over, put a couple of bucks on don't pass. So I'd be active a little bit, spend a half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, get my chips and walk away. And at the end of the 3-day trip, I'd cash them out, and I was dead even with everybody. But it was just a phenomenal experience for someone that young.
Yeah.
To see what was going on and to see it now, it's crazy.
Oh, it's amazing.
When's the last time you've been there?
2019, just before COVID. The last Super Bowl that the Patriots won.
I had the pleasure. I know we're going to talk a lot about Encore. We will.
Sure.
I
I'm okay.
No. You're the unofficial face of Encore. I don't want to get you in trouble.
No, I'm not the official face of Encore.
But you know where Binion's was?
I know
down on Fremont Street.
Yeah. Great steakhouse.
Oh, on the 24th floor?
Yeah.
Oh,
amazing.
let me tell
Great
you.
views too.
I had an opportunity to meet Benny Binion
Oh, wow.
because this guy, Al Martin, who was running the gambling junket, we went to eat with him, and he knew him well. And this guy was bigger than life. Personality, you have no idea. You'd love this guy. I know he was a little bit shady. I get that. But he always wore his Stetson.
Just putting it right out there.
And he just made you feel so at home. You would have loved him.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we'd be up at the steakhouse. I mean, cheap as creepers. I mean, it was a whole different ball game back then.
Yeah.
Just a whole different ball game back then. Hey, listen, Billy, we're going to take a quick commercial, and we come back. We're going to talk about some of the things that are happening in my opinion, Las Vegas class hotel.
Absolutely. I agree.
All right. We'll be right back, everybody.
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141. With a commitment to excellence, Colizzi Memorials is dedicated to helping families capture the spirit of their loved ones by building beautiful, lasting tributes that will endure the test of time. Trust Colizzi Memorials to build a personalized tribute that would reflect your loved one's life forever. That's Colizzi Memorials, 217 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. Telephone number 978-674-7035. 978-674-7035.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
All right, and we are back. Bill Durazzo's in the studio with us. Billy, always a pleasure, and I mean that sincerely. What's going on at Encore?
A lot going on. There'll be a new restaurant opening shortly in the old Sinatra space.
You know, that Sinatra's when it opened, and I know you dined there the brief time. It was open at the beginning.
Right.
To me, that and the one at Steve Wynn's property in Las Vegas, I loved it. I
did too.
freaking loved it.
The ambiance.
I mean, the whole enchilada.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, and I'm sure you're going to agree, I think the Encore needs to have a quality
Absolutely.
seafood restaurant.
This is a great move.
That was lacking.
Yeah, this is a great move on their part.
When are they supposed to open?
Early April, I was told. Sean Christie, obviously, who opened up Casa Playa at the Wynn in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And that was very successful. A local native here, was born and raised in Framingham, Massachusetts, decided that he would get in touch with the people here and try a restaurant in Encore.
Sean Christie. Yeah. CMARC, they run a classy operation. Right. I mean, this is going to be, Louis, this will be a high-end restaurant. I mean, and they have everything to work with because they're in the same footprint. The
CMARC Seafood and Cocktails is the official name of the restaurant.
I mean, you have a place where you can sit outside in the good weather, overlook the 6-acre garden. I mean, I love that. I love that stuff.
And they're going to do dock to table, so there'll be specials every day of whatever the seafood is that's coming in on the dock. They'll be taking that.
Oh, really?
And prepare. Oh yeah. You're in for an unbelievable experience.
Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Is this a one-off, or do they have restaurants in other properties? Or
they've only partnership with Wynn so far. Like I said, they did the one in Vegas. It's a Mexican restaurant, Casa Playa, they call it.
Right.
And now he's venturing into seafood because he's tapping into obviously the East Coast and all the seafood that we have available here.
And it's a good fit for him because he's from Massachusetts.
Yeah,
so he's always liked
It's a great story.
You know, it is a great story.
It's a win-win, right?
Ha ha ha.
As they like to say.
Yep.
What else are you hearing? I know you got your ears to the.
I know that they're going to repurpose the Garden Cafe. I don't know if it'll ever come back as what it was, but they're definitely in the works. It's prime property. They really need to use it right up front.
That's a beautiful room.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they decide to come up with, I'm sure will be.
The Garden Cafe was up. It's on the second floor, overlooking the atrium as you walk in.
Oh, nice.
And they have a balcony area. And for breakfast, what a way to start your day.
Yeah.
If you're staying overnight, and to me, I love having a good breakfast and going downstairs and sitting out in the balcony.
Oh, the atmosphere is amazing.
You know?
Yeah.
The carousel.
I had breakfast there with Susan Lucci one day. You know Susan.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I was very sad when they closed, but there were things going on that, you know, before you could call up, make reservations and specify, you give them a time, and I want to eat in the balcony. And you'd walk in, and Mr. Lamazzo, your table's waiting for you. Yeah. Then they stopped that.
Mm-hmm.
And
because it was very popular, everybody wanted to.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. But, you know, I'm usually, if we go to the Encore, Barbara and I, it's usually Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Mm-hmm. It's quiet. Yeah. It's you know, and no matter where you go, any restaurant, anything, it's quiet.
That's the problem.
But boy, I'll tell you, I just love going there. Yeah. So where can people get breakfast today? I mean, right now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, where?
Right now, it's at Cheese Meets Wine. They have a grab and go type breakfast.
Now, is that open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah, from 7 till noon every day.
But you're not going to get an egg omelet or anything like that, right?
No.
It's all sandwiches?
Yes. Yeah, they're all sandwiches. And you can get an omelet and all that stuff, but you have to do it on the weekend on deck.
Some of the restaurants, Louis, are just fantastic. I mean, you get an idea by looking at the Dunkin' Donuts. You look.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
You look at the Dunkin', and it's the only Dunkin' that I know that has black and white marble floors. You know this is going to be right up there. Right?
I work at the Brook up there, and just all we all look at each other and go, "We need Dunkins in this place. We need Dunkins."
Yeah, they do a hell of a business.
Wow, I was up there a month ago. My grandson had an indoor basketball game up in that area, so we stopped at the Brook on our way home.
Whole different ball game, of course. But,
we had a good time. It was fun.
Yeah.
The machines at the Brook, technically, they're not slot machines, correct?
We've had this conversation
Yeah.
before, right? The
Yeah,
HHR machine.
HHR machines.
I want you to explain it to our listeners. That's why I'm bringing it up.
And what I learned this week, because we stopped in because they were giving to employees, they were giving away a beef stew package, which was kind of cool. So we stopped in on the way back, and then we played a little bit in the slots. And HHR machines don't go on randomization like slot machines go on, because apparently slot machines aren't legal in New Hampshire still. I'm not
They're
sure.
not.
Apparently. HHR machines are based on randomizing past horse race results.
How does that happen?
Well, it's kind of funny because if you go through, I discovered this while I was watching, because I can't play up there. I was watching my girlfriend play, and I was going through the menus, and you can actually see the race results that they use to generate the results.
No way.
They tell you the race number, and what track.
Where do you see that, Lou?
You got to go through the menu. Yeah,
It's in the menu.
you got to go through the menu.
And
So-
it's historical past races.
Yeah, and a number of different
that
tracks.
determines the winner.
Yeah, the order of the horses.
I don't know. Don't look at me.
But I believe the payback percentages in those type of machines are much lower than.
They have to be.
Yeah, I thought I read somewhere like 62 to 68%.
Makes perfect sense, because I was because I've been trying to tell her for a long time, like normal slot machines are a 92 to 97.
It all depends.
Exactly.
It depends on the domination you're playing.
Yeah,
Right.
they're usually in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. So you sit there, so you can play a long time. You can get a lot of spins, and you can sit there for a while. Doesn't seem to be that way there. So I'm glad you gave me that number, because I was curious what the payback percentage.
And if
was
you
set
also
at.
noticed, because I played at Gate City over here in Nashua, because it's close to my house, same setup, right? You'll also notice that the bonus rounds in those machines are a lot different than you would see at a regular slot machine that's a random number generator.
Yep.
That I also read that on the random number generator, even if that machine is idle, the wheels are still going around. Did you know that?
Yeah, the computers that are in there. Yeah, the chip.
Always constantly
random number
even
generator.
if it's just sitting there,
constantly,
nobody's playing.
constantly in operation.
Yeah.
And when you hit that button,
that determines the result.
Bing.
It's very simple.
Yep.
Easy.
No scientific.
You were talking about the odds of winning. A lot of people, there's a misnomer. People say, "Oh, I played a penny machine." You can put as much in a freaking penny machine,
absolutely,
as you can playing a $5 bet.
You can actually lose it a lot faster on a penny machine. Sometimes people don't realize it, because maybe in a $5 machine you'll get some hits along the way, so it'll keep you going.
Yeah, well, I like the machines I like.
do.
I like playing the old-fashioned
cylinder
single line machine.
Yeah, the reels.
And it serves me right. It serves me good.
Yeah.
And I'm a very slow player. I don't know if you're bang bang.
Depends.
Me, my wife Lucille, boom, boom, boom. I mean, she just. And to me, I want an aisle.
Yeah.
I like looking at people. I want a hot cup of coffee. I have a sip of coffee. I look over the tables that are close to me. You got the TVs. You can't hear it, but you got the TV.
Right.
And usually ESPN is showing all the touchdowns scored during the weekend. So I sit there and I watch it.
Relax.
Then, and I do it again. But I'm very, very slow. I had a woman sit next to me last time I was at the Encore. I mean, Jesus, she was bang, bang, bang. And I love the people that touch the screen and try to direct the freaking things. They're banging it. Those machines take a
There
beating.
was a woman doing that last week, and my wife was sitting next to her, and I said to the woman, I said, that doesn't really change anything that happens in the machine. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I said, no, it doesn't really change anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of misnomers. There's that. There's
it'll get you kicked out if you break the screen. That's about the only thing that's going to change.
But a lot of people think that the rates are higher on end machines and near the entrance machines, and that's not true. It's not true on new machines. A lot of people play those. It's all random. It's all set at the same.
Well,
and it's all public.
Yeah,
you can find out what the rates are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
On a machine, when you sit down to play a machine for the first time, is there something on that machine that tells you the return? In other words,
no.
There's no percentage to tell you what that machine would give out.
No.
Okay.
Where is that? I know that information is available. Where is it available?
What's that?
I know that information is available because it's supposed to be public.
It's not by that machine, but on the Massachusetts gaming website, They do have
Okay.
They do have the payback percentages by denomination.
Yep.
No, I know by denomination, but I'm
not
talking
the
about a
particular
game.
machine.
Not a particular machine?
No.
Huh.
But
Inter-
there are machines that are more volatile than other machines, right? So you could put like a lot of money into a machine before you start to hit a bonus, where other ones you could hit a bonus on a regular basis.
Do you play progressive or non-progressive machines?
Me, I play everything. Depends what I'm feeling the day when I go.
You just like to spread it out, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Some days that machine is really good, and other days it's terrible.
Did you feel that way? Even though you know it's all random, you get that machine's just not.
Yeah,
happening
it's just
today.
that you don't feel it sometimes. You know, I usually start out with $100 and see how that goes. You know, if I'm not hitting anything or getting any payback return on the machine, then I don't stick on it. I'll go to another one.
Bill will tell you how early I go down to play. I love
Crack
playing.
at dawn.
I love playing early in the morning.
I know it's still a thing to me. It's still interesting to me because as early as I get it there up there are people playing, man.
I love going down there. There'll be nobody around me. The place is I don't know how they take care of those machines. The machines at Foxwoods. I was at Foxwoods a couple of weeks ago with Barbara, and their machines, the condition, but you know,
getting old.
You can't. It's not apples really to apples. I don't know, because that property's pretty old, but the machines, they're constantly changing them, right?
Yeah,
more or less.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the machines at Encore, you can't find a fingerprint. You can't find nothing. At Foxwoods, left a little bit to be desired. And when I was playing, I didn't see anybody polishing the machines like I see at Encore.
No, you don't.
And I love that because everybody gets nervous with this COVID. You know, nobody wants to get sick, so you got to having places clean.
You got to get your phone because that
is the
that
utmost.
owl is killing me.
Yeah.
The owl?
Your phone is going off.
My phone?
Yeah, the hooting.
Oh, I thought I turned it off. Oh, it's in my code.
it's like it's in your code.
Yeah, that's why you're hearing it.
You're not hearing
We're
it?
not hearing it
Okay.
here because I abide by the rules. Because then I have to find myself.
Yeah.
Listen, your favorite restaurant at Encore? Pick.
Oh man, well it depends, Michael. I mean, you're talking Italian food versus.
Well, I don't know.
steakhouse,
Where do
what
you
I'm saying? Depends what
normally
you're in the mood for?
Where do you normally like to go?
Where do I normally like to go? If I had my choice, I
Rare?
would go to Rare. Absolutely, hands down. But I'm not going to knock Fratelli's because Fratelli's is a phenomenal restaurant.
You know those that rush hour special.
I was just going to mention that the $49 rush
How
hour.
the hell
Oh,
can you
can't
beat that? You can't beat that with a
Especially at
stick.
this day and age.
I mean, and their food is good.
Lay
I
it
mean,
out. What's the $49 special?
I'm sorry.
What's the $49 special?
You
get
have
an
a choice.
appetizer?
You have an appetizer.
Entree.
You have the appetizer. You have an entree.
Yeah.
You have dessert.
Dessert, yeah.
I mean, it's everything included for $49.
It's a great deal.
I
It's a
mean,
good
I
deal.
like the short rib. If I want the short rib dinner, that's $49 by itself,
Yep.
just a short rib.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, I only get one short rib instead of two,
Yeah.
but it's so ample.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
The chicken palm's phenomenal there too.
You like the chicken
Yeah,
parm? I'll have to try that.
Really good there.
We're going to take a break and we're going to come back. And the rest of the show, you're on your own. Just tell us what's on your mind and we'll listen. All right. We'll be right back, everybody.
You can't hear your
Ciao, this is Esther of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Sisters and co-owners Antoinetta and Elisa brought their family authentic Italian recipes from Molise, Italy, and a warm and welcoming dining experience to its customers at Ristorante Molise. The combination of their meals made from natural, homemade, fresh ingredients and your time with family and friends together at dinner time is unmatched. Located in Market Square in the heart of Amesbury, they're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 3 to 9 p.m. and are available for private parties during off hours. For reservations, call them at 978-388-4844. That's 978-388-4844.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141. With a commitment to excellence, Colizzi Memorials is dedicated to helping families capture the spirit of their loved ones by building beautiful, lasting tributes that will endure the test of time. Trust Colizzi Memorials to build a personalized tribute that would reflect your loved one's life forever. That's Colizzi Memorials, 217 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. Telephone number 978-674-7035. 978-674-7035.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
All right, and we are back. Bill DeRazio's in the studio with us once again. It's been a while since you've been here.
Yeah, I think it's been
I
close
like
a year.
this. Pretty close to a
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
So, Bill, what's going on at Encore that you'd like to share with our listening audience?
Well, obviously there's going to be changes. They're always making changes. New slot machines, bigger poker room. That's some of the things that they're doing. And I just came, recently I went to the New Year's Eve party. I'm telling you.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, it was amazing. I'm telling you. They just do everything top shelf there. The entertainment, the theme. They always have a theme this year. The theme.
I
was,
must have missed my invitation.
yeah,
Did
you
you get one,
probably
Lou?
did.
I did not.
I didn't get one either.
No.
This year's theme was South Beach, Miami.
Oh, nice.
So they catered all the food around to what you would probably have in that area, and the entertainment was there too. So I mean, it was just amazing. The girls.
Cuban food? Was it Cuban?
What's that?
Was it Cuban food?
They had Cuban sandwiches
Oh.
as one of the items. They had
That must have been awesome.
some
Well,
type of hanger steak with chimichurri on it,
Oh,
and
nice. Yeah.
lobster ravioli. I could go on.
All
and
right,
on.
all right, all right, all right.
And,
Enough.
and that's why when you have these commercials and I look at Grazie, you're making me hungry.
Well, you
I
know
like
something.
Angelina's in Tewksbury, right?
Yeah, that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, Angelina's is really, really good.
You were asking me about Restaurante Melisse, and I have nothing but admiration
Love Molise.
for
Yeah.
the two sisters.
I've got to try it. I've never been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, let me
Take
tell
my
you.
wife there.
Yeah. Let us know. We'd be more than happy to meet you up there.
Sure.
I don't need
theme
much.
on the
I don't
theme on
need
the
much
ad-
encouragement.
The theme on the ad is authentic Italian food, and that's exactly what it is. It's different. It's just real. It's just really good.
It's like real Chinese food, not the stuff that
Oh,
we eat, but
yeah.
what they eat, right? I
Yeah.
get it.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
You know how you go to a restaurant, you can tell they know what they're doing. You know,
Yes.
you can just that's what Molise is.
Okay. I'll have
Yeah.
to
You
give
can
it a
tell
try.
a dish when it comes out, and the aroma just wafts right up to
It's
you.
just different. It's not formula. It's chefs working who know what they're doing. It's
Yeah,
just
that's nice.
So good.
Well, you know something, and sometimes the old-fashioned way is the best way.
Yeah.
Don't tweak it if it's not broken. And Antoinetta, I mean, she cooks just like her grandmother did in a little town of Melisse,
Yeah.
and it shows. It shows. That's why they get such a big following.
Yeah.
So New Year's Eve, you were at the Encore.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Like I said, the entertainment, everything was just top shelf,
What did they have? Entertainment?
There was a band there that was doing mostly that type of music that you would hear down there. It's something for the younger people, pretty much, but everybody enjoyed
Now,
it.
did you stay up past midnight?
Yeah, absolutely. They had a photo booth that you could go in and use, and everything was on the house. They had a makeup thing where you could get made up any way you wanted,
Nice.
and
Everything was on the house.
they had the Golden Girls.
no.
The TV show. They had girls that would look just like the Golden
Oh,
Girls.
that's funny.
The couch and all. You
Oh.
sat in the couch and you get to have your picture taken with the Golden Girls.
I love the old lady.
Yeah,
and
it
she was probably she wasn't the oldest one of the three, but the way
No.
they made her up, Sophia.
Yeah,
what a hoot she
really
was.
good, really
I
good
loved
stuff.
her.
Yeah.
So at the Encore right now, how do you come back if somebody turns around and says, "Oh my God, the machines were so tight"? How do you answer?
You know what, Mike? That one drives me crazy because you know what?
It's all
There's people
chance.
go in there and they win and they say it, hey, I won today and blah 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 blah, right? And everything's okay, everything's fine and rosy. But then when they lose, they're on it.
Yep.
Like, oh, the machines are tight today. The machines are well, you know what? Guess what? You picked the wrong machine today.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I can put it,
If if someone received one or two
They're not
W2,
adjusting these on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, they just don't get it. You know,
Yeah,
it's whatever
yeah.
the random number generator is doing in the machine that particular day is.
but
what
can the
output
whole
is.
casino be quiet at one time?
No,
It seems that way. It can't be.
It's not.
It's impossible.
It said a lot of the machines probably aren't being played at the same time. You know, depends on how many patrons are in them.
Just
How
keep
many
chanting,
machines-
It's random. It's random. It's random. It's
Yeah,
just
I
the
know.
way
Don't
it
ask me how
works.
many machines because they're constantly changing and adding machines. Mike,
Yeah.
it's crazy. And I'm going to tell you one other thing too that I should mention now before it's too late. I don't know if you're familiar with the Feed the Funnel event.
I'm not.
Okay, so Encore sponsored this event called Feed the Funnel. And what they did is they decided they would bring this company in, the Pack Shack, they call them, and they would bring in all the stuff. And what you would do is you would be at a table and you would feed the funnel. So many ounces of beans, so many ounces of rice, so many ounces of whatever. Okay. And they packed meals for the homeless in the local area. These stayed in the local
you bring
area.
product to Encore? You bring cans of food?
No. This is all stuff that's brought in from the outside from
Okay.
this company,
All right.
the Pack Shack.
All right.
So what we did is I participated in it. They asked for volunteers, and I put a message out to people in the group to ask them if they would like to participate, and they did. So what happened is I did it in August, and then I did it again in December.
Mhm.
So the goal for us was to pack 1 million meals, and we did it.
Wow.
Seriously?
Imagine.
Yeah, and it was for the homeless.
What an impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
you know,
this is strictly for the New England area?
yes, yeah, in the local
Wow.
Boston area. Yeah, packed 1 million meals. It was the thing that Encore.
So
did.
people don't have to donate. They're just looking for labor. They're
Right,
looking for
right.
volunteers.
Right, so we could feed the
Okay,
funnel.
I misunderstood the whole premise of this. Okay. All right. That's
So
good.
what would happen is I worked it. So they would pack these boxes, right? And then they would hustle them to a table, a packing station where I was, and we'd just tape them up and put them on pallets, pallet after pallet after
Oh,
pallet.
wow.
And I'm telling you, it was probably one of the most rewarding things that I ever did. And a lot of the members that went, they really appreciated it.
Can you imagine
Well,
a million meals?
Imagine that, 1 million.
meals. Yeah.
Incredible.
So you had a lot of your Facebook followers
Yes.
volunteer?
Yes.
Jesus, if I would have known, I would have been more than happy to.
Well, they're going to do it again this year, I'm sure. In
I'm busy.
2024.
I'm busy.
And you could work right beside me, Mike.
Oh, side by each?
Yeah, we can do the packing station together. You can tape a box. I'm
Wow.
free.
I don't know why I didn't get an invite to New Year's Eve. What do you
I
have
don't know. I don't
what
know
do
what
you
to
have
tell
to
you.
do there?
I don't know what to tell you. You better up the ante when you're playing.
Where
Nancy
did you go
DeMarca.
New Year's Eve, Mikey?
Nancy wants to know how you pick a good machine.
It's my gut feel for me, that to be honest with you,
Me
Nancy,
too.
that's the way I do it. I walk in and I look around the machine, and the machine draws my attention, and that's the way they approach
Well, can
it.
we start with the premise there are no quote unquote good machines?
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true, Lou. There are no
That's
good
a-
machines.
No, there
It's a good start.
The only good machine is the one you hit on. That's about it, right?
they're all the same and it's all random. It's just
That's correct.
there are cold machines and there are hot machines.
That's
Maybe
correct.
you could make that comment, but there are no quote constantly good machines. or
You could go
constantly
to a
bad
machine and put $20 in there, and before you know it, you're up to 200, right?
Yeah.
The next trip you go to that same machine, you can put 200 in there, and you don't get anything out.
Yeah, I ruined my
That's just the way it
girlfriend because I
works.
went the first time we were together up there. I sat down on the machine and hit it for like $150,
Yeah.
and then I walked away.
Yeah.
I said, "Here, let's get a room somewhere."
Yeah.
And it was like that's the way you do it. You hit it and you walk away.
Yeah.
But I could play 100 more times and just not hit anything. You
Right.
know, it's just the way it
Absolutely.
works.
That's how it works.
Yeah, but if you hit and it's a random generator,
Right.
there's nothing in the books that says that machine's not going to pay again. It
Yeah,
happened
you
to
can
me.
hit it back to back.
They're
I've
all
done it.
random. They're
I've
all
done it.
random. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Bonus after bonus.
you're a lucky dude. I mean,
Not
I
recently.
remember a couple of years ago.
That's like we've been playing roulette, and we'll sit down and play roulette, and she go, "What are the odds that hit twice?" And they show the history. That number hit twice. I goes, the
Yeah.
odds are exactly the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
all random. It's just it's all
I hit
it
a
is.
machine for $4,000 there a few years ago, and not even 20 spins later, I hit another bonus and another $4,000.
People don't
4,300,
understand random,
4,200.
and the principle I always
Random.
illustrate for random is coin flips 50-50, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you flip the coin 1,000 times and the first 999 times it comes up heads, what are the odds it's coming up heads the 1,000th time?
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
the way it works.
It doesn't change.
No, it doesn't.
No.
The odds are the odds.
If you ever walk into the casino at Encore and passed the machine and you walked about 10 feet, then stopped and turned around to look at it and felt something and went back to it?
All the time.
Really?
All the
I thought it
time.
was just me.
No, all the
because
time.
I do that sometimes.
Or I'll go turn back and look, somebody jumped on it, and all of a sudden they're on a bonus, and I'm like, what was I thinking? But it all depends on that time and when the random number generator is going to hit. So I could have sat down and got nothing out of it.
Yep.
Just a quick story, and I know we're almost out of time. But 2 years ago, went on December 4th with Barbara, sat down at a $3 machine max. It's a single three reel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because I sent you a picture,
Mhm.
and lo and behold, I hit for $10,000, which on a $3 machine, that was the max.
Yeah.
We went back 5 weeks later on our birthday, which happens to be January 16th. Barbara's birthday, my birthday is the same.
Oh, happy
1 year
birthday.
difference. 1 year difference. And I went to that same machine. I started playing. Within 20 minutes, I hit another $10,000.
Good Lord.
And another. So
That's what I mean.
you never know.
Nope.
You
never
never know. And I'm not saying this. I'm not bragging in any way. I'm just saying the machine serves nobody. It's a machine.
I
That's
seen
why
it-
they call it a machine.
I seen a guy hit 10,000 on a Wheel of Fortune, and then 5 spins later hit 20 grand on the diamonds.
It's crazy. Bill.
But people don't like uncertainty, and they don't like randomness, and they don't like feeling
No.
they have no control.
No.
They
No.
fight those principles all over the place, and you don't. It's totally random.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's always a pleasure, Bill. You know that.
Oh, pleasure's all mine, believe
I
me.
hope it's not going to be another year before I can get you. But New Year's Eve, that was an invite, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That bothers me a little bit. How come my name wasn't on the list?
I don't know, Mike. I don't make the list. I don't work there, even though people think I do.
Oh, I know. They come after him on Facebook like you can't believe. Hey, listen, everybody, next week, I hope you join us. Louis, we may have to change a couple of things in the studio because we're doing a show on feng shui.
Oh,
Marie Diamond is going to be joining us for the whole hour, and we're going to have a ball. She's going to give us some great ideas and
she's
reasons
gonna
for
love the
it.
studio.
I'm looking forward to it, and I hope people enjoy it as much as I think they're going to enjoy it. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm. It's awful cold out there, and it's New England. It's New England. Don't complain about it. I love it. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.